When you're digitizing for a hat, whether it's a Richardson 112, whether it's a snapback, or whether it's a dad hat, there's always a question. I know I did when I first started trying to digitize. How do you digitize for caps? I'm here to tell you right now. Let's go. St. Patrick's Day is right on the corner. My wife tells me it's on the 17th. So we're going to do this hooligan design. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab a closed shape. You see we're going green here. Let's grab the stem first. So these are all right clicks. I always start with a couple of left clicks and then we'll end with 2 left clicks. So we'll make that a satin. Let's hit your T key. Let's go in. Let's decide that was a left click. These are all right clicks as you go around. This is a left click and we're gonna go back to right clicks here. Right clicks again, right clicks. That is a left click. These are all right clicks. If you notice when I talk about that auto scroll, when you just kind of becomes habit to kind of go up like that, I know you might get lost, but make that a habit. That is a left click there. These are like little hearts, right? I had to look up what a shamrock was, and the shamrock, all it does is come from a word in Irish that means young clover. Right click, and this is a left click. These are all right clicks coming around here. Right click, right click, right click, and then the left click in here, and then we'll fill this up. Hit your T key. That's looking pretty good. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the hooligan as well, but you know what? If you wanted to make this look a little bit better, we can come down here and create your layouts. Let's create an outline. Let's just do an outline, and we'll do it in the same green. We'll hit OK, and that's looking pretty good to me. All right, now, so here, now this is where you get interesting and where digitizing for hats really matter. I'm not going to do this circle. I'm just going to kind of leave this out. Let's type out hooligan, and then I stretch these up like this and like this to make it right around the right size. Let's make this a little bit small. Okay, and I did squeeze it as well, I remember. You know, through the magic of editing, I always do this beforehand. All right, so now we're gonna come down here so you can see how to squeeze those letters, and it is right here. And that's how you squeeze those letters like that. All right, so here's what's interesting about here. The design wasn't what this is all about, right? But as you can see, I've already done this. All right, cool. Here's your design that's already done. You know what? I didn't do that here. Let's go ahead and put an outline on this again. Let's try the different color green here. Do I see it? It doesn't matter. All right, so cool. So now you have your design here, and now here's what's interesting. When you're designing for a hat, the only thing that you need to remember really is that you need to start, it's good practice to start from the center and go up. So you go from center out and then you go up, right? So you can get everything and you won't have any fabric puckering on you as you go up, right? And the higher you get up on the cap, the more you'll lose your registration. So to have all of your backing sewed together and everything is kind of what you want to do. Now, I wanted to show you this in text first because you could do this a couple of different ways. But down here, you can say that I want to start from the center out. So if you click that button, it will go from the center out, or you can choose to go from left to right or from right to left. So you can choose to do those things. Now, if you are like me, and a lot of times I come from Illustrator with letters, I very rarely use the letters that are inside of Hatch or Wilcom. Let's break this apart. And now you have all of these letters. And what's interesting here is you can still decide to do this from the inside out. Let me show you how to do that. So down here you have sequencing, and that's what's really important. And when you're doing your pathing, you can do the same thing. So you can just say, I want to click the control button. I want the L to go first, then the I, then the G, then the O, then the A, N, and then you come over here and do the other ones there. And then just hit your sequence button right here. Boom. And that's how it's going to, now you can see that's how it's going to stitch out, and then do your shamrock. And what you can do here is you can start from here if you wanted to. So let the stem go first, then the flower, then the outline, or the clover, and then the outline. And that is how you stitch out a hat. Before I go, there was one thing I wanted to show you real quick before I stitched out this hat. There is something that I do, and a lot of people do with hats, and the inside the software here, to make sure that you can get far down on the hat, far as you can go, so you get close to the bill, right? And especially when you have a tall design like this, we're almost to the almost all the way up to the top of the hat. So anyways, you go here to design settings, auto start and end, and down here, see, normally it will be here in the center. Put these down here at the bottom. And so what'll happen is when you see the registration, it'll be right here at the bottom, and you can scoot the hat. And not normally you have to guess, right? Because maybe it'll be in the center and you don't know how far you can go down. This way you can push the hat as far down next to the needles as you possibly can. And you don't have to guess. You'll just be right there on the edge, and that'll give you more room on the cap. All right, watch this stitch up.